Hey everyone, and welcome to Isms by Josie. Today we're going to be continuing part 2 of this video series doing Dr. Finklestein from Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas crochet kit. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much for tuning in, and for my new viewers, please consider subscribing, share, hit that like button, leave a comment below, and click on that notification bell for future videos. So today, you guys, will be continuing Dr. Finklestein, doing the right hand. Comment below if you need a lefty. That will be at the tail end of this whole book, probably. But yeah, so we're going to continue this. We finished the head and body. The next thing we're going to do is the duck bill mouth. So if you need to speed up or slow down the video, click on the gear button in the corner. There's playback speed options to go fast or slow. If you don't need to hear me, you can lower the volume on your phone and then click on the closed caption button CC. So I'll be doing new instructions and stitches at least 3 times before I go my normal speed. My normal speed might not be your speed, but at least you get to learn the stitches and instructions at least 3 times slowly. Okay, so they only give you material for Jack Skellington and Sally. You have to get your own material thereafter. Each chapter tells you what ingredients. Sorry, I'm cooking at the same time, actually. It lists the materials that you will need to complete the character. They are calling for different hook sizes. So Sally and Jack was like 3.25 millimeter. Dr. Finklestein is 2.75. At the end of the day, does it really matter what size you use? Yes, if you want it to be exactly how, or close to exactly how they made it. If you use a larger hook or a smaller hook, that's going to change the size of your character and will change the stitch sizes. So if you use a humongous hook for this type of yarn, you're going to see huge holes in here. But anyway, I have my 2.75 millimeter hook that it calls for, very tiny, but I do have my own yarn. It does, I don't really understand this stuff, so I don't know if it specifies what brand, like Kurumi DK yarn, white, black and mouse gray. I don't even know what brand this is. For white, it's not even white, it's like more like beige, and then I got my own black. This is Impeccable, which I normally don't get, so I don't know how I got this one. And then I have my gray, which is Red Heart. So, thicker yarn. It's going to be a bigger project. Okay, so with the white, let's see. I'm going to grab my yarn here. And first I'm going to show you how to do an adjustable ring. We have our yarn here. You want to wrap this twice around your finger. Pardon for the autofocus. But anyway, you have a little bit of overage from your index. You want to take your middle finger and hold it down. You can tighten this up a little bit if it's too loose. Then we're going to palm up. You want to stick your hook underneath the 3 strands. Then I'm going to want to pull this strand underneath these 2. So use your hook and pull it under. You might need to twist your hook a little sideways to slip under the 2 strands here. And once you've done that, we're going to do a yarn over, which is putting the yarn over the hook, and then we're going to pull this strand through the loop. Okay, So once you have that done, you can let go of your ring finger, pull off the adjustable rings off your index. I'm going to gather up some yarn here, and then we can start our 6 single crochet stitches. So what we're going to do first is chain 1. So you want to yarn over and pull this strand through the loop to make our chain 1. Then we're going to start our single crochet stitches. So insert your hook into the adjustable ring, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2 loops. So now we have 1 single crochet stitch in our chain stitch. We're going to do this again. Stick your hook into the adjustable ring. We're going to yarn over, pull up a loop, then we're going to yarn over and pull through 2 loops. So now we have 2 single crochet stitches and a chain stitch. One more time with you guys. I'm going to put my hook in the adjustable ring, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So now I have 3 single crochet stitches, a chain stitch. I just have to repeat doing this 3 more times. 1, 2, and 3. So now that we have that done, we have to close the adjustable ring, and how you do that is let go of the yarn. I'm going to hold gently the bottom stitches of this ring. We want to pull this excess piece. We're going to see which one of the loops goes in first. So gently pull this and look for which one is going in. Okay, once you've identified which one is going in first, you want to pull this lower side out, not this top part, the bottom part here. So we're going to pull that, and then you're going to see the other loop start disappearing. You want to keep pulling it out from the bottom there until that other loop is completely gone. Like that. And then we're going to pull the excess piece and make this other loop go in as well. And this will allow your loops to be nice and clean when you pull it. If you pull this all at once, it's going to bunch and it's not going to look right. Okay, so now the hole is closed. So then we could take our markers. The box comes with, I think, about 4 or 5. This is collected from all the kits that I've had. So you always want to save the tools that they give you whenever you get these kits so that you can use them later. This you can use for anything. They'll help you keep track of how many rounds you're doing and where your last stitches that you made are. So we're going to mark where we made our last stitch in this one. So you want to take the braiding here. We're going to slip this underneath both of the loops of that braid. And then we're going to close the marker. And then we can move on to the next round. This is so we know where we left off. If we did 6 single crochet stitches, you can count 6 from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's just kind of how you can figure out where you left off. So for round 2, we're going to do 2 increasing stitches, a single crochet stitch 2 times, and end up with 10 stitches. So into the next stitch, which is the 6th stitch from the hook, you're going to stick your hook in there. And I'm going to show you how to do an increasing stitch. You're going to yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops into that same stitch that we just used. Put your hook back in. We're going to yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So an increasing stitch, all it is doing 2 single crochet stitches in that 1 stitch. So we just have to do another increasing stitch. So into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Into the same stitch, put in your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So now we have 2 increasing stitches, which means we have 4 single crochet stitches. We're going to do a single crochet stitch next. So into the next stitch, do your single crochet stitch. And now we just have to repeat this one more time. So into the next stitch, we're going to do our increasing stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Into that same stitch we just used, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. That was an increasing stitch. We have to do another one. So into the next stitch, do an increasing stitch, and then for this last stitch with the marker, we're going to do a single crochet stitch. I'm going to remove the marker and I'm going to put it on the top of the last stitch we've made. Put it on both loops. That way, in case you accidentally pull it, it's harder to pull. Okay. So now we're going to do round 3. So we're going to do a single crochet stitch in all 10 stitches. Just to make sure we have 10, I'm going to count back 10 stitches, hopefully. 3, 6, 9, 10. So stick your hook into the 10th stitch, and we're going to do single crochet stitches all around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. Remove the marker. Put on the top of the last stitch you've made. So now for round 4, we're going to do a single crochet stitch, an increasing stitch 2 times, and then 2 single crochet stitches, and then we'll repeat that twice to end up with 14 stitches. Wow, this guy's complicated. Okay, so let's just make sure that we have our 10, 3, 6, 9, 10. It's starting to curl in on me. I'll show you what you do when this happens, but I want to finish this 4th round first. So stick your hook into, and I lost my place, 3, 6, 9, 10. Stick your hook into the 10th stitch. We're going to do a single crochet stitch. Then we're going to do 2 increasing stitches. So into the next stitch, do an increasing stitch. Then into the next stitch, do an increasing stitch. And then we have to do 2 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, and then we just have to repeat this one more time. So into the next stitch, a single crochet stitch, and then 2 increasing stitches. Into the next stitch, increasing stitch, and then into the next stitch, do another increasing stitch, and then we're going to do 2 single crochet stitches. 1, and 2. Okay. I'm going to remove the marker and put on the top of the last stitch I've made. Okay. So 5 and 6, we do 14 stitches. Let's just make sure that we have 14 stitches. 3, 6, 9, 12, 14. So you see how it's curling in? The right side is curling in, the wrong side is sticking out, because you can see the excess yarn is sticking out here too. So we have to just invert this, and you just want to flip it inside out. And then you can take that excess yarn and just stuff it in there. That'll add to your stuffing. Okay. So now we're just going to do, we don't need to get a bunch of markers because this is just 2 rounds, and I think I can handle 2 rounds. If I was in the middle of, like, I'm cooking, but I'm like boiling stuff. So if I was in the middle of doing a lot of things, then I would pull out 2 tabs, like, or 1 tab, 1 and 2, to keep track, but I should be fine. So we're going to do 14 single crochet stitches. And since it's only 2 rounds of this, I'm just going to remove the marker and put it at the top of the stitch of the last stitch made. If I was trying to keep track of my rounds and I pulled out 2 of these markers, I would have left the last one there and just added the new one. But again, these are just 2 rounds, so it's not going to be, I'm not going to need to keep track of it. So I just have to remind myself to stop after I finish this round, which shouldn't be a problem, but with me you never know. Okay, so since this is the last round, I'm not going to put this at the top of the round. I'm done. I'm just going to remove it. So it says to fasten off, leaving a tail for sewing. Do not stuff. Flatten the piece with the increases on the sides. Like, I want to remember where that is. Sew to the head on rounds 9 through 12. Sometimes I think that these instructions are hilarious because we did increases, I guess, in the beginning, but then for round 4, we did it in the middle. I guess it'll make sense. I'll have to look. All right, to fasten off, we cut off our tail. I don't know how long you're going to need it. It's better more than not having enough. And because you probably had to buy your own yarn, it's probably best that you use as much as you think you need. Like when you get it in the kit, you don't, like, it's scary. You don't want to waste the yarn because you might not have enough to finish whatever it is you're doing. But yeah, to fasten off, we're gonna yarn over and you're gonna pull that through the loop, but we're gonna pull it all the way out. And then I'm gonna pull the end here to tighten up that stitch and make a knot. And then it says to flatten it with the increases on the side. So if your little eyes can find where you did your increases, that's wonderful. Yeah, I think it shouldn't matter, because I can't find it. All right, I think I found one, so I'm just gonna pinch it on the side. It's supposed to be like this. I mean, I don't like that. See, all the kits that I've known, we close off the round, we don't spiral it, so had we closed it, looked fine. Because this is sticking out here, it makes me just want to flatten it this way so that it's an easy sew from left to right or right to left, however you put this. But then if you fold it on that increasing stitch, it's right in the middle. So when you sew it, you'll have to go one way and then go back, which will make one side look a little bulky than the other. But let's do it their way. Okay, I'm gonna go grab a needle. Okay, so in your kit, you should have received an embroidery thread and a couple of needles. Don't mind what's in here. This is a collection of some of the kits that I have, so. But a tapestry needle is the large one with the huge eye hole. And we're going to use that one to stick our yarn through it. Okay. Then we're going to go to rounds 9 through 12. So this is why in some of the kits they have you close off each round, because if you spiral, where do you start counting on this side? One side is going to have more rounds than the other because it spirals, but anyway, I don't know. Let's just do this one, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So about here, and it looks like the head is kind of shaping. It's already shaped. So I'm going to go around to what I want to be the front. And this is just, it just happened this way. You know, I guess the way that I had pushed the stuffing, it just created a little head. I'm going to stick this here to do our initial stitch. Okay, and hold on a sec. Okay, I took a little break, so I'm going to finish this. Let me just double check that this is 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so like I said, you have to go one way, and then you're gonna have to go back, which I find a little annoying, but I think I figured out a way around it. Does it say to stuff? Do not stuff, okay. I'm going to go on the underside here, and I'm going to make myself a knot to secure this. Okay, so now we have the bill in place, and the head is always flimsy. Okay, so now we're gonna do the eyeglass lenses, and we're gonna make 2 of them. So I am going to be switching to my black yarn here. My work area is really bad. Hold on a sec. Okay, so I have my black here. And we're gonna do the eyeglass lenses. There's 2 of them. Okay. So let's see what they have us doing. Round 1 with black, make 5 single crochet stitches in a adjustable ring, slip stitch in first stitch, fasten off. Okay, so they're actually having you close it, but it's only 1 round. So let's do that. I'll show you again how to do this. We're going to wrap this around your finger twice. 1, 2. A little bit of overage here to clamp down with your middle finger. Tighten these up a little bit. Then go palm up. We're going to take our hook and slip it under the 3 strands. We're going to pull it back out, but we're going to drag this strand under these 2. So let's do that. Then I'm just going to yarn over, and we're going to pull that through the loop. And then you can let go of your middle finger. You can remove the adjustable ring off of your index. And we're going to do our chain 1 and then our single crochet stitches. So yarn over and chain 1. And then we're going to do 5 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to close the adjustable ring by holding it down here at the bottom. We're going to pull this excess piece slow and see which loop goes in first. Once you identify which loop, you want to pull the lower end of it out. So pull that and then watch the other loop disappear into the adjustable ring. Keep pulling till that other loop is completely gone. And then once that's done, you can take your excess piece and pull that to make the second loop go away, and to make sure that hole's closed. So then it says we're going to do a slip stitch into the 5th stitch from the hook. So I know this is a dark color, but there's nothing we can do about that. So for your project, count 5 stitches away from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slip your hook into the 5th stitch. Oops. Into the 5th stitch. And then we're going to do a yarn over. And then we're going to slip it through all the loops off your hook. And then we have to fasten off. let's see. A tail for sewing. I don't know how much I'll need, so I'm just going to cut this here. Faceting off is just doing a yarn over and pulling that all the way out, and then tightening that stitch to make a knot. So this is the first circle. Since this is so tiny, I would cut this short, the excess piece. So maybe make it the length of the eyeglass and then cut it, and we're just going to tuck it behind when we sew this to the head. Okay, I know I said I would do this if there were two, I would make the second one off camera, but since this is small, I'll just show you how to do it again. So to make the adjustable ring, wrap it around your finger twice. We're going to clamp it down here with your middle finger and then tighten up the strands. Go palm up. Stick your hook underneath the 3 strands. We're going to pull it back out and drag this strand under these 2. Uh-oh. I kind of missed a strand here. I'm going to pull this underneath that one. Okay. So then I'm going to yarn over and pull that through the loop. And then you can let go of your middle, remove this off your index. And we're going to chain 1 and do 5 single crochet stitches. So chain 1 and do 5 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then we're going to grasp the lower part of the stitches here, pull the excess piece and see which loop goes in first, and whichever goes in first, you're going to pull that bottom out and then watch the other loop go in. Uh-oh, what's going on here? Okay. Keep pulling till that loop is gone. And then once that loop is gone, we're going to pull the excess piece and pull that second loop. And then we're going to count 5 stitches from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stick your hook into that stitch. We're going to yarn over and pull that through all the loops off your hook, and then we're going to fasten off. And that's by yarning over and pulling everything all the way out and tightening up that stitch. And then again, cut the excess piece, make it about the length of the glass, and we're going to tuck that into the head when we're done working on it. Okay, so leaving a tail for sewing, sew each lens of the eyeglasses over rounds 8 and 9, 1 stitch apart with black. Straight stitch the temples and the bridge to complete the glasses. Okay. So it's got to look something like that. Hopefully it does. Okay, so we're going to use our tapestry needle again. I'm going to thread up one of the lenses. Okay. Then we're going to place this. This row here is 8. So if it's 1 stitch apart, you want to find the middle of the bill. So I guess that would be the 1 stitch. So I am going to rotate this so that when I come back around, I'm already, or maybe, let me see. Yeah, I'm already there, I guess. This is so long, I might actually sew this back here too. So, all right, let's get this done. Okay, when I get to about the middle of the lens, which will be here, what I'm going to do is, first I'm going to stitch my glass to the head. Okay, and then I'm going to make a stitch like this. So I guess I'll put this in here, and they were creative enough to do a little hook for the ears, so I'm going to try doing that as well. Then I'm going to come back up and continue sewing around the glass. Okay. And when I'm finally back around, I'm just going to sew into the bridge. Okay, so it's 1 stitch, so I'm just gonna come in here. Now the problem now I have is I gotta figure out a way to tie this off. So I don't know, I'm not good with sewing. this off. Then again, go up just under the surface. We're going to tuck this into the head. Up. Okay. So got one, we just got to do the other one. Yikes. This is a much thicker yarn, so it's harder to feed it through the eyelet hole. Okay. So this time I'm going to position this to where this piece is on the outside, because I still have to do the other arm of the glasses. So like that. And again, I'm going to come up under through the head and just start sewing. I'm going to try looping around this bridge that I made because it's pulling right now to one side. Actually, let me do that after I stitch this piece here so it's not flapping. Okay. So like I said, it's like pulling to one side. I'm going to slip this needle underneath the bridge so that I can pull it across to the other glasses, so now there's no gap. This is so difficult. Like, I'm sweating. TMI, I'm sweating. And once we are back around, I'm going to do this again. I'm not sure how I'm going to tie this one either. I never know really. I'll just tie it here. Okay. So now we have the other side. Ah, so far so cute. Okay. Stay there. Now we're going to do the face head embroidery. Oh gosh. I really don't want to do this. Let's see. Let me check how much time we have on this video. I try to keep it around 2 hours, but I try not to go over. So let me just check how much time I have, because I lost track. Okay, so I have we're about an hour in, I think. If I don't edit pieces out, I think it's around an hour. I'm going to try to finish. Ideally, I would like to finish him. So if I can make it to the legs, that would be great. But the reality is embroidery is always slow. So I'm going to keep watch of my filming and see how long everything takes. But I'm going to grab the embroidery now. Okay. With one strand, with one strand I doubled up, so this is one strand here. Okay. With one strand of black embroidery thread, straight stitch a line around all around the head between round 6 and 7. So if this was 8, okay, so if this was 8, this is 7, 6. Wow, the glasses just took up too much space. I'm just going to go between 5 and 6, unless that's what I said. The spiral is never a good idea because one side is going to be more than the other. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, C5. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess not. I don't know. Anyway, we're just going to go do it between 5 and 6 and not 6 and 7. Okay, so let's start in the back in case it'll hide any knots that we have to tie. But straight stitches, I guess they're kind of like this. I don't know if I'll make it all the way around with this one. Oh, I think I will. I'm going to leave a little bit to tie. And then we're just going to do our straight stitching. Oh, this is the worst. This is like the worst part. I hate sewing. Oh no, what's going on? Yep. Came upon a knot. Yeah, not a fan. Comment below, let me know if you like sewing. Oh, yikes. This is so tedious. I'm not having a great time. And then I'm just thinking about those French knots, the little bolts in his head coming up. I tried it once. It didn't come out very well. I think it was on a Dollar Tree cross-stitch kit. I made it sound like it's so easy. It wasn't. Sally had the French knots on her dress. I just didn't even do it. But you have to have the bolts in this guy's head. There wasn't much to Dr. Finklestein, so if I took that out, I mean, that's kind of a lot, because he really doesn't have anything going on himself. I'm gonna have to end up finding a tutorial on how to do the French knots. I think my favorite scene with regarding Dr. Finklestein, one of them was when he like opens his head and he like kind of slops his brain a little bit and then licks his finger. That was gross, but for some reason I liked it. And then the other part was when Sally's just trying to poison this guy and makes that soup. I don't know, she put all this stuff in the soup and bugs and stuff, but she made it look good for some reason. I don't know, to me at least. It kind of reminded me of a split pea soup. I know there are some people that are totally not split pea fans, split pea soup fans, but I'm a soup lover, period. So any kind of soup, I mean, with the exception of French onion, for some reason I can't do that one. But yeah, she made that soup look real good. This is great though. Imagine they had like not every, but it'd be nice if this book also had the Four Seasons, the other holiday mascots, like the Easter Bunny. That would have been cool, because then you can use this book all year round, you know. The way this book is, you can pretty much see what I'm saying. I'm not going nuts. It's a spiral. If this wasn't a spiral, and because I keep getting comments on it for Jack Skellington about why it closed off the rounds, and I did a chain one. It's so that each ring is individual. Most of the kits that I've worked on have this instruction, so when I did Jack Skellington, it just was an automatic whoopsie, because it's what I've done for all of the Amigurumi kits. And now, since it's spiraled, we can't connect. Oh well, this will be the latch. So it's a little disappointing, but what can you do? So I think I did this, what I know, with Sally as well, and then I think after that I ended up doing the spiral that is instructed in this book. So I'm just tying this off. All right, now what? Before I cut this, maybe I might have to start doing the bolts. So to save myself a knot, I'm going to leave this attached for a bit and then just read the instructions. So, and here we are. Add French knots over round 5. In this case, will be round 4 because it's just too close. It would have been right above the glasses. So, let me see. Stitch the eyebrows over the glass. Okay, let's just do French knots. Positioning them approximately 3 stitches apart. Okay, so let's go to the front, because this shows you or tells you how to do most of the stitches and for crochet and sewing. But I'm going to look into this thing here, the French knot. Bring the tapestry needle. I don't know what they gave you in the kit anymore. I know there's more than one needle. I'm just using whatever I had in there. I combined my kits. So I just use a smaller needle, but a tapestry needle is a bigger hole because it's bigger fabric or thicker or whatever. All right, so I'm using a smaller needle for that. Anyway, all right. Bring the tapestry needle up through the fabric. Okay, strange. Place the needle close to the fabric. Wrap the thread around it twice or more, depending on the desired knot size. Okay, let's make these big bolts. So I'm going to wrap it 3 times. So let's come up adjacent to this little spot here. We're going to put the needle close to the fabric. So, like that, I guess. Okay, sliding the needle close to the fabric. Okay. Then wrap the thread around it twice. 1, 2, and I just want to do it 3 because it said or more depending on the desired knot size. Point the tip of the needle close to the starting point. Okay, so we're just gonna actually go a stitch over. And I can't do it because the needle's too long. Okay. Then what? And hold the thread with your hand while inserting the needle through the fabric. You didn't tell me to pull it, but I think it's telling me to pull it. But how does that create a knot? There's just no way. Alright, that wasn't a great idea. It's too far away. So when they say close, they mean really close. Oh my goodness. This needle's so long though. I need a smaller needle. And they said tapestry needle? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, this is a fail. Maybe not so close this time. I'm gonna gauge the length of this, right? Okay. So at least this close to the fabric. Because how else are you gonna stick the needle in there then? Alright, I wrapped it around 3 times. Then I'm gonna just stick it real close. Maybe I'll just put it around. No, let's stick it halfway. Okay. Then I guess we pull. How did that do anything? It didn't do anything. Alright, and that's all it says. That's all it says. Comment below if you are struggling in life right now. Because I am, and it's sweating. So I'm just going to pull this all the way out. It didn't make a knot. It just made a little stitch here. I say just do it however you think you're going to do it. I'm going to make a really tight stitch then. It's going to be flat, but whatever. Because I don't have time for that. Oh dear. Yeah, I've got to watch more videos on this. I'm just going to go around a stitch, right? And I'm just going to make it real tight so that it's like a dot. And maybe I'll go around twice, and then I'll make a knot, and then call that a freaking bolt. See, it's a dot, you know? It's not a French knot, but it still does the trick. Alright, so now I'm going to, let's go this way around. Go under the head. We got to skip 3 stitches here, and then I'm going to do the same thing on the next stitch away. I'm not sure if I'm going to make it all around with this, so we'll see. And then just make it real tight. But this is insanity. And you can kind of see it through under the yarn. So at the end of the day, this really sucks. Oh my god. Well, sorry I wasn't able to do that, you guys, but I really am not a sewer. I mean, if these are supposed to be beginner books, heck, I didn't know I was supposed to learn another skill at the same time. It's a little silly though that you can kind of see it through. This isn't fabric, it's yarn. So there's holes in yarn and you can kind of see through it because the embroidery floss is so skinny. So it just looks silly. But, you know, if you've made it this far and you complete Dr. Finklestein, I think that in itself is commendable. So I'm sure whoever you're gifting this to is not going to even notice unless they are seamstress. Oh, you could have just used the French knot to do that. No, I couldn't. Okay. Let's finish this up here. I made it around. We all have our Achilles heel. For some of you, it may be crocheting. For me, it is sewing. Okay, so I made it around. Then you have to do the eyebrows. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna have to get more embroidery floss. But I'm gonna look ahead to see what else we have to do. All right, so now that we're back around and we've got this going on here, so that's not even, maybe I can kind of fix it. I don't know if there's any fixing we can do. Okay, I'm going to go back into this first hole that we went into to tie up the embroidery floss. Okay, then I'm going to grab my crocheting hook slip it just under the surface, come up right next to the excess piece, and we're going to drag it into the project. Okay, so it is what it is. It's not terrible. They're more like staples. All right, moving on, not dwelling on it. Let's get back here. Stitch 2 eyebrows over the glasses at an angle, straight stitch the mouth, straight stitch a line of stitches all around the neck to make the button. Oh my gosh, more French knots. I might just skip it. Make a button line of the shirt, embroider a horizontal line on the chest and a vertical line until round 30. French knots inside the horizontal line. All right, so we're gonna do all this. Okay, and maybe I'll be able to fit the arm, but see, embroidery took 30 minutes. So, all right. Okay, so actually this is the next day, so I don't know where I left off, but I see that we've got to do the eyebrows over the glasses at an angle. So let's do that. I'm gonna stick, he always looked kind of evilish, so I'm gonna stick this here. I'm gonna tie a loop, or tie a knot and make this like one continuous loop, and then I'm gonna try to hide it by spinning it inside the project. So how you do that, I'm gonna put this, try to get into the same hole that you went in, or maybe we can double up on this. No, it doesn't say to double up, it just still says one strand. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna try to go into the same hole that I went into, and then come out here to make the other eyebrow. And hopefully it'll be able to like pull itself in. Otherwise, I am going to have to... Dexter, stop. He's like playing with the thread while I'm trying to use it. I always call him Mr. Counterproductive. Oh, and look at this. What the heck? Alright, I don't know what's going on there. I'm gonna try to pull it. Yeah, it went through. It's just the string is too long. So I'm gonna just cut this. There we are. Then I'm gonna do the other one. Let's read ahead to see. Straight stitch the mouth. Okay, so I'm gonna try to come up out of the side of the mouth. Be careful you don't poke yourself. That way we don't have to worry about tying knots everywhere. So I got the 2 eyebrows. Then we're gonna straight stitch his mouth. This is not exactly neat. But whatever. Again, disclaimer, sewing is not my forte. What is Dr. Finklestein, a duck? I hope whoever you're making this for, such as myself, making this for my sister, appreciates all the efforts, because this is a lot. We're doing a lot here. And if you've made it this far, great job. And if you haven't, keep going. You'll get there. It's not about how it looks. It's just getting to the finish line. I think that's better than what it looks like, because you could always go back and finish it. I mean, you can always go back and remake it. But, you know, not many's gonna watch this. I mean, not watch this, but I mean, like, not many is just sitting there crocheting to say they did it. It's a lot. So I commend you all. All right. Whatever. That's my mouth. Now Dexter's on the table. Hey. Scoping out the land. His little pawsies are like right here. Buddy. You want to say hi? Want to say hi? Let's just show a paw. There you go. It's like, no. All right, let's finish this up. We have to do a line around the neck. So we are going to go in here and we are going to navigate the needle towards the neck. Okay. And then we're going to do straight stitches all the way around the neck. Okay. Getting it done. That almost went up my cuticle. Oh, look, I spiraled. And that's what happens. Oh, come on. This is why I'm not a fan of not closing the round. Because then you get this. Comment below, let me know if you're getting that, and then what you do to hide it. Because it's really tough to hide a spiral, believe it or not. Okay, I don't know, I'm gonna figure out a knot here like I usually do. So however you guys do it, comment below. Okay, hopefully that kind of brought it closer together, so at least it looks like I did it and I was just, you know, off. Okay, I'm gonna take my crochet hook, go from under and up next to that excess piece, and I'm going to drag it into the project. Okay, sewing is done, I believe. What else? To make the button, shoot, I forgot. Oh, now I gotta tie it again. Okay. Alright, so we have to sew the sides and do the French knots for the buttons. I said that I was maybe gonna do them, maybe not, because I am a failure at French knots. So, to make the button line of the shirt, embroider a horizontal line on the chest. Alright, so let's just find a spot on the chest. I'm gonna not make it go right down the center. It's kind of off the center because he wraps it over. I'm going to, and it's just going to be one big loop. I feel like that might be a bad idea. Yeah, that might be a bad idea. It might snag. I mean, I kind of did it here and I did it here, but it's less likely something is going to snag it. If it's that long of a loop, you might get it caught in something. So let's start small. So I'm just going to start here. And then around 30. Oy. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay. And then it ends at 30. I'm going to use one of these to mark off the 30th round. Alright, and then I can do this stuff. Okay. No, buddy. He doesn't like me filming much. Always trying to stop me from filming. So he's licking the heck out of my arm, telling me to get off the phone. Sometimes he'll like bite my can't manage to get this in. Sometimes he'll bite my sleeve or my pant leg and keep me from going to my, I have a work desk that I sometimes film at for my other stuff. Since this is large, I'm actually at my counter top in the kitchen. So all right, so we're gonna do straight stitching for this shirt. I mean, sometimes it's funny, but other times it's like, stop biting the threads. Okay, you want to do this till you get to your kind of, wish it told you when, but I think after I pass the neck, maybe. Okay, and once I'm there, I'm then gonna go down until I hit that 30th row. I might just do big fat stitches for my French knots because I can't do them. stop it. Stop it, buddy. I feel bad sometimes. He's like a little kid. He just wants to play. I tried playing with him earlier. Okay, we are almost there. This doesn't look like a shirt. Okay, I'm at the 30th row, so let's see. To make the button line of oh, I just hit the camera. Sorry. Add French knots inside the horizontal line. Okay, it doesn't tell you how far to go. So, I don't know. I'm just gonna make like fat lines because I don't know how to do this. I mean, well, I've tried and failed, so. I think it'll be all right with one line or two. We can make it two. There, it looks fine. Okay. Alright, I think I'm going to make this the last button. And I think that's also it for the sewing up to this point. So I'm going to finish this off and then I'm just going to check the video to see how long I've made it. Oh, screw it. You know what? I should just do the arm. This might be over 2 hours, but we're getting it done because I only have time to film on the weekends, and that's tough because I'm also filming the nail content, but I have a full-time job, so I have to film during lunch. So I'm pretty hungry, but I just need to get this done because I had stuff to do the past couple of days, so I haven't been able to film. So, and I said that I was going to try to do all the characters. I do have till the end of this month because my sister has a birthday at the end of the month. So I may rush these, and then I'll probably post them post-dated because I don't want to bombard everybody with like how many more characters within this month. You'll probably lose your mind. I'll lose my mind. I have to keep track of everything I post. I don't know. But anyway, all right, let's get back to this. So with the white, we're going to make the arms. This is my sad looking Dr. Finklestein. I think I made it too far. And I think it should have been straight. But whatever. It's already made now. No turning back. Okay. So with white, make 6 single crochet stitches in an adjustable ring. So again, wrap this around twice. If you need a slower version, just go back to the beginning of the video. We're going to slip this under the 3 strands. I'm going to pull this one back under these 2 with the hook. Then I'm going to yarn over, and we're going to slip that through the loop. Then I'm going to let go of my middle finger and remove this off my index, and then we're going to do 6 single crochet stitches after I do my chain 1. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I wish there was like a better way to do this because I hate wasting yarn. So when we close this, if I pull this piece here and then watch which one's going in, I'm going to pull the bottom part out of the one that just went in. And I'm going to pull this until the other loop disappears into the magic ring or adjustable ring. And then once that's gone, I'm going to take the excess piece and pull that to make the other loop go away. But yeah, see, I wish there was a better way because I hate wasting this. This could be the difference between having to tie a knot to connect or having to go out and buy another spool so you can finish your project. Anyway, so for rounds 2 through 9, and let me just take my marker to mark the last stitch I made like we have done throughout these videos. So this will be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay. So we're going to do a single crochet stitch in all stitches. We're going to fasten off, leaving a tail for sewing. And then we have to do all this craft wire stuff. Okay, but I'm going to do this in silence. Okay, I'm back. What a nightmare. It's so tiny and the markers are so much bigger than the project I'm working on. So it just gets a little frustrating. We're going to fasten this off again by yarning over and pulling that through the loop, but pulling it all the way out. Then we're going to tighten up that stitch to make a knot. I'm going to remove all of these markers. We're going to want to trim 2 3-inch pieces of craft wire and insert one into each arm. No stuffing is needed, sew the arms to rounds 21 through 22 of the body. And that's going to be in a part 2 video actually, because I am nearing the end. I still have to make the second arm. So when we come back in the next part video, we're going to pick up at the arms. I will already have made 2. I'm going to cut the wire. I don't like, again, using wire, but that's what they have using. I could get like a piece of cotton to put around the ends and put tape around it so that the end isn't poking out. I might do that. I'm not too sure yet how involved that is, because I usually just like to follow how they say it, and then, you know, however what happens whenever it happens is, I don't know. But anyway, and then we'll move on to the, I guess this last part will be moving on to the glove, leg, and wheelchair. I don't know if the wheelchair will be another part video because it's very extensive. Ideally, I'd like to go as far as the legs, but this video is already long. So when we come back, we will do this. So hit that notification bell so you don't miss a video. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. This is Isms by Josie. Please share, like, and subscribe for future videos. And I'll see you again next time. Thanks. Bye.